Hi guys, Cryptorado here. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. As promised, I'm going to be dissecting Galgitron's latest blog post, the case for XRP, the title goes. Galgitron is a great individual. He or she knows what they are talking about. They can put it in brilliant words so everybody can understand. Now, it's quite a long article. I won't just be reading it out, but I'll be dissecting the best points. And yeah, so you can just listen ahead. It's a bit like a podcast where you don't have to, well, you won't have to read the whole article, and I'll be dissecting it. If you like the content, don't forget to press the like button, subscribe, and yeah, there's still that giveaway I'm doing on Friday of 100 XRP. So if you want to participate, and all you have to do is subscribe, like the video, and put down your XRP address in one of the comments. And if you can, on Twitter, retweet it. I'll be watching out for those people as well. And everybody who does retweet it gets an XRP tip, at least. So you can still win, even if you retweet. Now, here we go. We're going to jump right into it. Now, the blog post starts actually quite funny. If you know Galgitron on Twitter, he's a bit of a, well, he can be a bit of a prick. Let's say the least. I like it. I think it's very funny, but some people think he's abusive. But I'm going to jump right into it. So, I really don't like many people. They bore me to tears. Or they say stupid shit that blows my mind. Or they're blatantly lying for whatever agenda they're pursuing. I just unapologetically ignore them when they try to talk to me. In fact, I'm so obnoxious that someone once stuck a piece of paper on my back that says, "I'm an arsehole." So I left it. Can't argue with facts. I really like this beginning. Facts should be at the core of every decision you ever make in life, but getting to those facts seemed to be an incredible challenge. Thus, I thought I should write a starting point piece catering to the next wave of crypto investors that are wandering blindly into this cesspool of cryptocurrencies. Now, then, that's his little intro that I absolutely love. Yeah, I mean, so then the next thing he goes on about is the difference between value and price. So he's trying to explain that the value of something isn't necessarily the price. He explains, like, for instance, that Bitcoin is at $7,900, and that's the price of Bitcoin, but the value is measured in real-world adoption, real-world use cases, and that, like, XRP, for instance, that has real-world adoption going on slowly, steadily, but still usable, but the price isn't there. So he really hates Bitcoin. I'm going to say that. That's really, like, said it kindly. He really doesn't like Bitcoin. So he does like to bash on Bitcoin because he says it has no real-world use case. Yeah, its price is high, but it hasn't got value. So when you go to the article, be sure to check those out, value and price, because they are big factors. Like the price of XRP is really low at the moment, but the value it has is way higher. Now, and he goes on, the biggest trap that new crypto people fall into is believing the price, using the price of crypto as some form of validation or expression of a coin's value, but this just isn't the case. The prices of virtually all the coins move in lockstep, completely irrespective of the individual coin's virtues. I ask you, does it make sense that every time Bitcoin goes up in value or goes down in value, that all the other coins do? What possibly logical reason could there be for that? All the investors doing exactly the same thing at the same time? That's ridiculous. How could anybody watching Dogecoin XRP pairs be influenced by what Bitcoin is doing? So what he wants to say here is that there's a lot of manipulation if you read between the lines. That's what he's trying to show. Like, do you think it's normal every time Bitcoin goes up, all the other coins go up, and every time Bitcoin comes dropping down, all the rest drops down? They're all correlated, and it's the whales playing their little game. And he has a blog post on whales and how they play their little games as well. If you want me to dissect it, I can do that as well. If not, you just go to Galgitron's blog and you look it up. It's a great read as well. So next little thing he goes up to is, but the price is going up. It must mean that coin has more value. Don't be fooled. The hype surrounding cryptocurrency is far greater than the comprehension of it. And so when people enter into the markets, they aren't buying into what they believe is solid tech. They are buying into the propaganda. They are buying into false price bumps. They are the impatient enriching the patient. So what he's saying there is that, yeah, don't be fooled by the price of something. It doesn't mean it's got value. Like when you see the 700 numbered coin pump up 200%, I mean, it could be just a wow. Just look at the volume and you'll straight away see that there's something that isn't right about it all. So for new crypto investors, please, if you've just gone into the crypto space, don't go crazy and buy the 700 coin because it's pumping 200%. It's all manipulation. Try to look for coins that have real world utility and go for those. This is just a tip. I'm not a financial advisor, and all I'm saying is what I'm doing. So you don't have to follow what I'm saying. I'm just giving a tip that you don't get burnt. That's all. But I'm not a financial advisor. If you want to invest in number 700 coin, just go for it. But don't come crying afterwards, okay? So why is XRP so valuable? So now he gets to the point why he's a very big advocate of XRP. Most people limit their value assessment at the virtues of a coin, completely ignoring use case. It's easy to say that XRP is monstrously faster than Bitcoin, or that it scales 1,000 times more, or that it's 1,000 times cheaper than Bitcoin. And yes, those are all fantastic selling points, but at the same time they become quickly depreciated selling points should another coin come with even more radical specs. Like there are loads of coins that are faster and can do more transactions than XRP. So yeah, but I'm just going to read further on here. So it would seem that XRP is just as exposed to obsolescence as XRP rendered Bitcoin. No? No. Value of a coin goes far beyond its simple specs. The single most important aspect behind a coin's value is adoption. Put in another way, are people, companies actually using that coin for utility? It means absolutely fuck all if some other coin does 15 billion transactions per second for free if nobody's using it. Theory isn't value, real world utility is. Remember, value comes from those that want to use it, not because of its specs. Sure, a rocket is faster than a Lambo, but if you can't choose the rocket because you don't have a spacesuit, are you just going to stay at home? No, you're going balling in the Lambo. So I think that explains itself really, doesn't it? Yeah, it's true. There's better coins out there than XRP. XRP is, yeah, it's getting on a bit. It's been out there for a few years now, and people are coming out with faster, cheaper, better coins, let's say. But don't forget, Ripple has more than 200 companies it's partnered with, and yeah, they're doing more and more partnerships every day. And for the XRP token to be really fully in the works, more and more banks need to adopt this, okay? So don't forget that. It's not because some coin you've heard of in number 700 position again is 10 times faster that they're going to really adopt it. And so at the end of the blog post, he asks like questions like, would Ripple switch to using a future more performant coin instead of XRP? Now he explains why they won't, because there's already so much foundations built on XRP and so much tech. So if you want to read the whole thing, just go to the blog post. I will put the link in the description. The next question he asks is if XRP's value is so high, why doesn't its gravity pull up the price to match? Because, again, wows. I know you guys know that Ripple has been measured as a $10 billion company. So and it's in their own interest to make XRP more valuable because they've got a ton of it. And don't be fooled by the fear, uncertainty and doubt, FUD as they call it. And don't think that XRP is centralized. It's not, because otherwise it will be listed as a security, and Ripple doesn't want XRP listed as a security. So then he answers why Ripple XRP isn't a scam or banker's coin, and why does everyone say that it is, even if it's not true. It's normal. Like, if you've bought into a coin, you've bought into this coin for millions and millions, and you see this other coin that's coming up and coming out of the works, and it's 10 times better, of course you're going to call it a scam coin, especially if it's got different tech and you don't really know about it, and you don't want that coin to perform better than yours. You're going to try and get it down as much as you can. I mean, somewhere it's normal. What would be better is for those Bitcoin maxis or other maxis, because I've got some Bitcoin, I'm not going to lie. I think I mean, not in it for the real world use case, because there isn't, but just in it for the money. I'm here as an investor. I want to make some money. I think Bitcoin is still going to go up some more. But I know when my Bitcoin goes up, after it's made a bit of gains, I'm going back into XRP. That's what I'm doing. As I said, not financial advisor, but just so you know what I'm doing. Other questions he asks is, but banks are not using XRP. He says, you're jumping to the finish line. It's a process of growth. So it's going to come slowly and surely. He answers a question why XRP isn't a security. I've heard that TrippleNet doesn't require XRP to be used. Why will the banks use it then? See, he doesn't really go into that, but that's an argument many people say to me. It's like, yeah, but they're using Xcurrent, they're not using ODL. What used to be XRapid is now on-demand liquidity. They're only using Xcurrent. Look, Ripple in the beginning went up to these companies, to these banks, and they went, look, we've got XRapid and it's really fast, but it uses a cryptocurrency. And these banks were like, no, I don't want it to be using a cryptocurrency. I like the idea of being really quick, these really quick transactions and everything being handled really fast and the cost being pushed down, but I don't want to be using a cryptocurrency. And I said, okay, we'll do Xcurrent. Now, a few years on, they can go, how do you like Xcurrent? And they'll be, oh, it's great, it's so fast, it's so great. Okay, let's try XRapid then. Why not? On-demand liquidity. It's going to go much faster, it's going to cost you much less. And they'll go, maybe not yet. Then a month later, you ask them again. So by them accepting the banks to use Xcurrent first, you've got one foot in the door. And the step to go to XRapid is much, much smaller for these banks. So, yeah. And then he goes on a bit about what is this about missing XRP ledger blocks. Yeah, that's a little bit of a story about some blocks that were missing in the beginning, but nobody lost any money or nothing. I mean, XRP wasn't even trading then, so just people spreading FUD, and he's just answering all these FUD questions and really putting them to rest. So yeah, he's crushed a load of myths in those questions, so if I was you, I'd check it out. Yeah, this is a bit of a dissection of Galgitron's blog. I hope you liked it. For me, these were the biggest points. Again, big kudos to him. He's a great writer, and he knows his shit, as we'd say. Alright, if you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Cryptorado out.